Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the Cooldown Room. Once again, I'm Giovanni and I'm joined by a few other people. We got Bradley.
What's up, fellas?
We got Caden.
Hi.
And Connor.
So, why did you start laughing at him saying hi?
Hi.
I did not hear a Minecraft villager in that.
I thought he was going with Squidward.
Hi.
Dude,
This is what it sounded like.
This is a great start.
this is anyways. Back on track. We just finished up round 4 at K1 Circuit
That was a
now.
good pun, Gio.
What?
Back on track?
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh my
Come
lord.
on.
Get this guy out of here.
Oh
Get
my
this guy out of
lord.
here.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I think he was cooking with that one.
Of course you. No, sorry. I pledged to be nicer to Connor.
now it's on video. Like
Yeah,
not video, but
I
now
can
it's
go back and
I
watch it.
have proof now.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it though?
I don't know.
Reminds me of that Jack in the Box commercial.
I'm gonna push over.
I think with Jack in the Box, like the mascot just like tears his sleeves off and he's just jacked.
What did that?
You don't,
No, I do
What
know
is
what you're
it?
talking about now. What did that have to do with?
because he said what you said. And what are you gonna do about it?
Oh, that is like the loosest connection.
Anyways, back on track, pun intended this time. We just finished up round 4 at K1 Circuit. This time, not rainy. We did not have wet. We did not have a wet tire controversy.
This time they threw us on wets on a dry track.
that would have been crazy.
Dude,
The tires
that might have been sick.
Yeah,
Less grip.
but I think this race went a lot better for sure.
Let's say smoother.
A lot smoother. Yes, 100%. There were some other things that make it not as better. but yeah, we'll just kind of jump into it, I guess. Anybody have comments on it so far?
You guys should probably start with your race because you guys.
Well,
are
actually,
in the
before
same
we do
race.
that, I'd like to mention that it was a new format, and I wanted to know what you guys' thoughts were on like the new track layout.
Honestly, I liked it. What?
Oh my god!
He's getting this asthma medication.
Sorry, I
I'm
promised
sorry.
I'd be nicer.
If you heard the zipper, that wasn't my pants. I'm looking for a.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
He asked like what I think of the track unzips pants.
what?
What is, I'm so lost. I don't know.
Continue with your thought.
He had a thought.
said,
Oh, sorry.
Let's talk about
Your thought.
honestly, I liked it. I like chicanes like that, like the fast short chicanes. I think they're always really fun. But honestly, it made it so that there was like very little passing opportunity.
I do feel like it constricted down the racing like considerably through the
Yeah.
corners.
It also felt like it wasn't like fast. It felt slow. Like it just didn't. At least for me, the chicane did not feel fast.
Get more speed, low bro.
I was faster than you. What are you talking about?
There was a good passing opportunity coming into the Dirty Dog right after the
Yeah, but it's like, but the straight is so short that
It's not even really a
well,
straight.
you have to be better through the chicane, which we honestly were compared to a good amount of people.
yeah, I don't know.
There
I
was
did not
people that
like
were
it.
just
He's got a-
good
he's
as
got a
us
point
with
there,
it.
yeah. No, I could see that. It just, for me, there was no passing opportunities at
Because
all.
you're up at the front
Yeah, that's what I know.
with
I know
people
that.
who are fast as us through the chicane.
I know. This is a fact. I knew this fact.
Speak my brain. But
Keep your strength.
No, but I do feel like that chicane was like it was a fun chicane. I did enjoy it, but it did feel a little too constricting
Yes.
for the racing.
I think if the second one was a little bit more a little bit less sharp, I think that would have made it much better.
I feel like on the entrance to or on the exit of the first one, it doubles back to the left way too far.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like if it was a little bit more in, so that you could have a nice line through,
Mm-hmm.
it would have felt so much more clean.
yeah, when I found out they were changing the track layout for this session, I had thought somebody was gonna die. And then we go on the out lap, and a guy jumps over the dirt over the curbs.
Dude, he's learning the track. He's optimizing it. I don't know what else to say.
I think it was
the crow
Jaden.
flies.
That was his name, right? I think it was him.
Was it him?
Yeah.
Alright, Jaden, you gotta confirm in the comments. Shout out to
It was
Jaden, by the way.
a dude in a white
Yeah,
suit that
very-
looked pretty similar to his.
Alright, Jaden, you gotta confirm if that was you on the out lap of the first quality session.
Did you jump the curve?
Did you jump the
Did
curve
you
and
hop the
throw
curve?
rocks
Was that
on
you?
the track?
Was that you Why did you do it? Did they make you pay for it?
Replace
Did
the
you take a
rocks.
bribe to put dirt on the track to screw everybody else over?
Pay for the gravel.
Pay for the
Yeah,
gravel.
one of the guys in front of me just kept throwing up dirt every corner. Like every time we exited Dirty Dog, it was straight dirt in my face.
Yeah, just dirt
That's
on his
kinda
tires or
crazy,
something?
actually.
That is pretty impressive.
No,
Yeah.
he just
Like, he
ran
was just-
way too wide.
He was just throwing it like off the track on the
Yeah.
exit of Dirty Dog.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And he also did it at the exit of Double Orange a couple times. Because you know how there's like that little like flat curb after the rumble strips?
Yeah.
I'm usually on that a little bit before turning in.
Yeah.
But he would like dip his left side tires to the left of that in the dirt.
I think you got to turn right before that for the chicane.
Huh?
Am I thinking the wrong spot? 'Cause I feel like you'd have to.
I said Double Orange.
Oh,
After
no, you're
Double
right.
Orange. Exit of Double Orange.
Into the
I was thinking the beginning of
D2
Gravel Street.
chicane.
Yeah.
To D2, yeah. No, yeah, that one was that one was interesting. Wait, what did you guys think of the chicanes?
They're
not-
it's
not
a
the
nothing
chicanes,
burger.
the-
It's nothing.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's-
really. It doesn't add
doesn't do anything.
It doesn't change
It's
anything.
not even
I think it just,
chicane.
it
If
just took away
anything-
from passing opportunities.
I agree.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it just gives you less opportunities to pass. Like, I was able to make a pass or two, but it was, like, very opportunistic.
Like,
There was
I do
time-
enjoy this track, but I do feel like there was no pass.
Yeah.
Like there was times where if it was the normal layout coming out of RMC, I would have been able to pass people like mostly during qualifying.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because
then
the
it-
chicane right there, it tightens us up and forces
Yep.
me to have to fall in behind him.
But yeah, I agree. I had a couple issues with that too.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, with battling the guy for second place, coming out of there, he just didn't even leave enough room. We just slammed bumpers like. It just narrows in way too quick.
Hear me out.
Still fun though.
New track layout. Regular layout
Bus stop.
with bus stop.
Dude, I
Is that
want
it?
to stop.
That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
we thought the exact same thing at the same
Of
time.
course,
It-
it'd be so fun.
I love that bus
It'd
stop.
be fun, but there would be at least 3 major wrecks per race.
No, that'd be
No,
fine.
skill issue.
People would try to go 3 wide into that. I guarantee it. At least
Okay,
one
it would be
person would
sick.
try.
That would be
Watch
awesome, dude.
Okay.
Yes, I will be one of the 3.
I'll make it 4.
You'd be the one that's on the inside and hits that curb so hard you jump over the cart on your right.
Dude, remember when I jumped the curb?
Dude, he'd pull a line. He'd jump over the barrier. Over
I did
two carts.
So when we were back when it first opened, we
Yeah.
we were on North Track and we were going.
You were on pro speed.
Yeah, I was on Pro Speed, and he was just started, so he was on still like silver or bronze, and so I thought I had space at the inside into Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
I absolutely did not. He was taking the racing line, closed the door, and very rightly so. So instead, I was like, oh no, and I just jumped the
You
curb.
jumped
Like
the
I
curb.
was
Behind you for
I
that,
s-
I think.
I
He scared me so bad. It messed me up for the next 3 corners.
Dude, you left a lasting impact on his mental, dude.
living rent free.
Dude, yep.
He's got everything affecting his mental right now.
Like what?
What does that mean?
What does that even mean?
Odermatt, the
Over Matt.
I had
getting
0
jump scared
interactions.
by
with
Caden.
Odermatt. That was months ago.
Bro still crashes out of that when a
Okay,
race is.
back to bus stop.
Yeah.
We did that.
That would be
goated. We were on South Track on Pro Speed. That was so much fun.
Oh, that
I
was-
enjoy
The bus stop
bus
is so
stop,
fun.
I never
God,
ran
you
in-
fly through it. It's incredible.
It's
Oh,
so
It's
beautiful.
the most terrifying part of a racetrack I've ever
I love it. I love it.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, it is.
Bus stop chicanes are peak. I love them.
That would. So you,
I was gonna make fun of him because he like
I know.
smoked.
Yeah.
I was
That's
gonna
what I was
say,
making fun of him for, too.
but you
I don't
can't
even
really
know
see
what I
him.
was doing.
He was starting to smoke the cigaggy and then do like a and then did like a kissing thing. It was just like-
No, it was weird. I don't even know what I did, but bus stop chicanes are peak.
a pro,
I do love the
pro speed race with bus stop would scare me more than dying less.
I mean, what do you think?
Bro,
that he
parallel,
what,
bro.
What do you think the American e-kart championship is? It's just that.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's just pros.
Also, I have not seen anything from those, by the way.
Yeah, me either. Have we just not been like looking?
Well, I would have thought they would have posted about it. 1, 2, I barely see anything on their website.
They just not
3,
started yet. Or?
like I haven't seen anything on YouTube either.
No.
Well, they should have started. They should have had like 2 or 3 rounds already.
We could also just be lying.
Me
I have
and
no idea.
All right, while you guys keep talking, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna look it up on their website real quick.
Okay, what is your guys' opinion on they for at least what's it called? Worlds, they either need to bump up the speed or add ballast
For Worlds
and
yes.
nationals.
Maybe ballast for nationals, not the speed for nationals.
No.
Because there's going to be
Oh.
people there who are driving that track for the first time.
No, they need to bump up the speed.
They need to bump it up for Worlds.
I'm saying bump the speed
For
up. the
aiming
ballast.
nationals, you should bump it up.
Well, for nationals in general, I think you should bump it up.
I agree.
I don't
Just
think
'cause,
that'd
like,
be safe.
But they've already verified that they're at least the best 3 of that area. Like they're not like nobodies.
Well, yeah, but K1 Circuit's completely different indoor K1 location.
Yeah.
Like, you remember our first times going there? Like, how many times we almost died? Just
No, that was just you.
That was
Was
just
what,
you.
we all went off track multiple times.
On what, pro speed?
Any speed. Our first few times there, you had already raced.
Nope,
at that
it's
point.
just you.
I didn't go off.
Sean and Luke did a lot. I remember that.
I went off one
Sean
time.
got
Because they were
Luke
trying to
did.
kill
Luke-
each other.
Luke probably.
They were just trying to
I
kill
was
each
also
other.
slow.
I think it would be fun to go
But
on a
I-
faster speed, but it'd be kind of dangerous for
I don't
first
think
time
so.
drivers.
They'd be alright.
They would be fine. I mean,
You learn to cope.
yeah.
I mean, we have people on silver speed, like. Just
Yeah, but those are just
screwing off
randoms.
into
They
the-
aren't. They didn't qualify. Like they've qualified it at like a somewhat reasonable level. Like if they even qualify for that, like you should be good enough to handle at least gold, if not pro. And if not, then skill issue. You shouldn't be there.
That is a valid point.
I agree. I concur with that point. So I haven't seen. So they haven't updated on their website. It still says that they're going to be racing at, in 4 different states or 5 different states. But I'm pretty sure that this is for the American E-Kart Championship, like their own this series with just the
Pro carts.
OTL Pro Karts, right? I'm pretty sure the little pamphlet that they have by those carts at circuit says that pretty much they're doing 6 rounds or 6 or 7 rounds, and all but 1 are at circuit, and then the last one is at Vegas for SCUSA.
No idea. I don't read them.
So, maybe they just haven't started
I'm
yet.
too broke
Or they
for
just
that.
don't have enough drivers.
It could be.
Because
that.
those are some
I mean,
expensive cars.
$16,500 is not cheap.
I'm too
They're-
broke to read the pamphlet.
I'm gonna be honest. There's absolutely no chance those carts cost anywhere near 16 grand.
I mean, if I were to go buy a new Tony Kart chassis, I'm looking at 7.
Yeah, that's just the
Even-
chassis too.
Yeah, even that is crazy expensive.
I mean, I agree that's
Yeah,
expensive,
But that's just how a lot of racing is.
and my Rotex engine would be 3-4 grand, and then you're talking about so that's just
And you can also you're winning about the winnings are 40K or something like that. So you have to pay into that, which is part of it. It did do it. Sean was talking about what it was you could do a payment. It's per race you do.
you could rent instead. I think they
But
do
it
offer rent.
accumulate. From what it sounded like, it just accumulates until you own it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't hear that. He might be right. I'm
So a
sure.
loan with interest.
And it was a loan with no
Loan
interest.
with no interest,
Oh,
then
no.
you now own it.
That'd be kind
Yeah.
of 16
Because
grand.
basically you're just driving essentially they're getting people in their league and they're getting eyes on their league.
Yes,
In turn, you're essentially loaning the cart.
until
Yeah.
you own it.
What
Exactly.
happens if you wreck it? You just have to pay the whole price right
Yeah.
there and then?
Probably.
Probably, or you just pay for the repairs
Yeah, you just buy your own parts.
and maintenance and stuff. So
Well, I think part
Like
of it was that
owning a
they do
normal
the
car.
maintenance.
yeah, that's part of why it's expensive because it comes with a crew.
Mhm.
Another reason why it's expensive too is you have to think OTL is not Tony Kart, Brielle, Comp Kart, any of those. It's just
It's
They're
specially made for
they're
Specialized,
others.
specialized carts. Yeah, they're not bulk manufactured out of a facility or something. I mean, what? They have maybe 100 of those carts tops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Not nowhere near probably the tens of thousands that all those other manufacturers have
Yeah.
and stuff. So there's a lot there. But yeah,
No bulk manufacturing discount.
I
Costco
guess not.
discount for go karts.
Costco discount.
You buying 100 at a time.
Yeah, it's like
Oh
buying
my
50
lord.
races at a time at K1's Speed.
Dude,
Get a
that's the way to
discount
do
for
it.
No,
Just buy
I've done the math. Buy two, get ones. Buy two, get. You just can't get over the one free race. The
Okay.
Tuesdays.
That makes sense. Huh. So buy two get ones are the most optimal.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been
so
able
what,
to
buy like 50 of those.
I feel like he'd be lying sometimes because I've never seen the buy 50, so I don't know the discount on that. But
it's
of
not like
all the ones that
actually
I've
listed.
seen,
You have
You
to
just
call.
ask
You have
for
to call and ask for it.
but is it like more of a discount than just them doing it like 10 times? Doing one thing
I
10
don't know.
times?
Do you remember how much exactly the buy? The 50?
I think it's like 800.
If it's over 33% off, then it's worth it.
Oh
It's like $16 a race.
I don't want to do math right now, man. I'm not doing math. I don't care.
It's like 36%.
So it's like it's right about around there, without the big upfront.
But that's without
cost.
tax.
And also the big upfront cost.
I think it comes out to around $1,000. It's a lot of money. It's a
Alert.
lot of money.
It's alert.
Worth it though, because then you don't have to worry about it for a good month.
I mean, I just
With the rate we go through races.
My rate going through races hasn't been too high recently.
I feel like
I
I've been
need to go
toning
into
down a
practice
little
more.
bit.
same for all of us.
Yeah.
I haven't gone in a while.
Yeah, you didn't go to the last league. What the heck?
Yeah.
Why?
He was too
Family dinner.
intimidated by
he
me.
was intimidated by you.
Alright.
You didn't even win, brother.
I did get second, but I'm still in the lead in the championship, so that's why he's
By
intimidated.
1 point, brother.
Okay. Okay.
What
Who's in the
happened?
lead?
I had a family dinner that I went to.
No.
You said
we
you might not
should've
go to
skipped.
next month's either.
Yeah, I might not.
Well, now he's out of it, so it doesn't like.
Yeah.
It's just us three going to nationals next year.
It was multiple tenths between us and fourth place.
Yeah.
That's true. Hey, that's what I mean. That means I get another spot, another chance. If this year doesn't go well,
What happened, dude? Last year we had so much competition. There was so many fast drivers, and then they all just sort of left.
I think it was because the competition was so stiff. They were like, no,
Because it's like it is a big time and money commitment to maybe
Yes.
make it.
to maybe make it, yeah. And so I think a lot
Especially
of
if
them,
you're like floating mid pack.
yeah. And so I think a lot of them, well, because we had a good turnout for rounds 1, 2, and 3. 4 is where it like dropped off. Like it was
But then
just us.
last
There was
month it
us
wasn't
and like
bad.
2 or
Well,
3 other regulars.
skilled drivers, yes, but like the actual turnout was not bad last month. This month.
That's true. Yeah, but I'm talking about from skilled drivers.
Yeah.
Because like before that, we had a lot more.
Yeah.
And it just dropped off.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just because like, I don't know, just
Maybe
it
we
just
just
stopped or something came up, just happened to come up for everybody at the same time, you know. But
They couldn't
it was
handle
kind
our
of
aura. We were just too fast.
Oh my
for them.
lord! Oh my lord!
He said
Please.
something almost exactly.
Help me.
Get this guy out of here.
Help me be nice to Connor.
Help me be nice.
Please.
Kane,
help me
you
be
said
nice
something
to
almost
Connor.
exactly the same earlier. You said you intimidated Bradley out of going to the race.
I didn't. Yeah, that was funny though.
Yeah, me when I lie.
Jesus. Dude, Connor, how you feeling about next week? For those who don't know, the U.S. championships for at K1 Circuit are 1 week away from tomorrow.
Is it today at this point? What time is it?
Oh well, yeah. What time is it?
I know.
12:06. Get
All right,
owned.
1 week away from today, guys. So yeah, this was a good practice for it. But how you feeling, Connor?
I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be driving that track for pretty much the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting to get like last place with like unless I get like a terrible kart, sort of like what happened today. But
We still haven't gone over that.
yeah, we do need to go over today's race, but we'll get there. But at the same time, it being my first actual like nationals competition, I don't expect to win. Because it goes in groups, this one too, because of how many drivers they have, like Group A, Group B. I'd hope to make Group A.
Yeah, I think it's
I'd be
Group A,
proud of
Group B,
that.
Group C.
I'd be proud of making.
Is that
Group
quali
A.
or is that just like? Is that post or pre-quali?
Both. Post okay. It'll be split in 3 groups.
Yeah, except there's no lightweight or heavyweight for that. It's just
I did
straight
think it was
old-
interesting. I think that's why we were talking about specifically
Ballasts.
for
Yeah.
this ballast, or more likely just bump up the speed.
Dude, put us on gold. Put us on pro.
No, someone's dying if you put him on pro.
That would
That's
be
true.
so real skill issue.
No, I mean, it's.
Yes, it is a skill issue.
I feel like
We
they.
also would end with someone not having their life by the end of the race.
Well, but
Pro
I
speed
don't.
is-
I don't think it's that big of an issue because the people that we see at circuit right now that are struggling to stay within the lines
seen-
just show up.
We've seen relatively quick drivers at Phoenix though, who are just drive like douchebags who will run people into walls or like spin
But
themselves trying to pass.
I
them.
think what Caden's arguing though is that it's not like nobody like that's going to show up to nationals because they had to race for a year straight against fast people at their location.
You don't know that.
Ooh,
There
yeah,
could be
we've
some
seen how
locations
dirty
where
drivers
people
can force their way into the top 3. Like,
Well, I mean,
that
I'm
one
just
thing
saying
back at the
it's
old.
very
Yeah, but if they're a dirty driver, you can force your way through the lead, yes. But if you have 3 groups and you're not fast, you can't force your way up to the win because you're not even in the group with the win.
yes, you can't quality.
Yeah, but then they could still just cause issues lower down. And
Me
spin
when I keep
someone out
making
on
up
pro
what
speed.
ifs.
So
I mean,
I think gold for the most part would be okay. Pro speed.
I'm
people
gonna be
would
honest.
get hurt.
Have you ever been on pro?
Yeah.
We
I
all
don't
have.
think the circuit track is big enough for pro. I feel like they need a longer
No,
straight.
should race on it.
Yeah, shifters love racing there.
You can, but
No, that's like one of their favorite tracks because it's wide.
it's wide. I wish the straights were longer now for pro speed.
Honestly, the straights on circuit are probably some of the longest. Like,
Yeah.
They're long straight.
I feel short.
bro,
I'm not-
bro
He
hits
just
the
wants to
straight.
rest. He just wants to keep resting. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to race anymore.
I just want to go fast. Real
He just-
fast and real
That's
straight.
all he wants.
Dude, I was hooked up through Beijing. For real. For real, I was hooked up through Beijing. Kart 26 had so much grip.
I'm telling
It
you,
was
dude.
lacking a little bit straight line, but it was alright.
Dude, well, 6 just had insane straight
Dude.
line, dude.
That was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
I've only heard legends of 6.
The straights are so powerful on this track.
This
I'd
looks
rather-
like
I'd
it's
rather
crazy.
have-
Although
IC
Bradley thinks we should make
less
them
grip.
longer though.
We should make them
We
longer.
should make them longer, even though they're really strong.
For pro speed only. Make them longer.
For pro speed only.
Extend the concrete.
So you gotta hit max speed.
So instead of losing 10 kart lengths on the straight with that kart I was in earlier, I'd be losing 20 kart lengths.
That just sounds like a skill issue to me.
He drove it. He knows how bad it
It
was.
was 3. It was 2.5 seconds off the pacing quality.
No, it was 3.
I
I
yeah.
don't know what you did, but for me it was 3 seconds slower.
Skill issue. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We
3,
both have
3
skill
second
issue.
off. 3
It
second
was
off
like
skill
3,
issue.
yeah.
Methinks.
This guy loves saying me
What's
thinks.
been up with the me thinks this trip?
No, he just says me thinks.
This is a new thing.
Can me
This is a
not
new
think?
one.
No, this one is not new.
Are you
I've been
sure?
around Caden too much in the SDM shop.
Yeah.
First of all,
I thought-
SunDevilMotorsports.com.
Oh
Gotta
my God.
plug.
Call up, whip up the merch.
Gotta
Pay
plug.
us.
Can we just bleep that out in editing?
Oh
Yeah, it's just all we believe.
Gotta-
No, instead, it's just give me a voiceover of me saying theprinted.pieces.com.
Yeah. You should actually do that. That'd be so funny.
Get the merch.
Nah, it's like methinks. Can methinks not methinks?
Yeah. Sun Devil Motorsports
You sound like
is the
you're a poor Jar Jar Binks in person.
Let the man speak.
this guy's speaking over me over here. Sun Devil Motorsports is Arizona State University's FSAE club. What's up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go team.
All right. Woo! Go sports ball. That's what you sound like right now, dude. Yeah. So me and Caden happen to be on the same sub team, and so we're around each other a lot. He says me thinks a lot.
Yeah.
He loves saying me thinks, and also hitting his YY eyebrow cancel.
Dude, I can't show up. There's no video.
Yeah, you can't. Insert clip.
Insert clip of the
That's
YY
our video
eyebrow
for this
cancel.
podcast.
YY eyebrow. We haven't even talked about the race yet. How far are
We
we?
talked about it a little bit.
What, 25
Okay,
minutes?
do you wanna-
You talked about you guys liking your carts.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you guys getting
You're
lucky.
hooked up.
Do you wanna?
Who
do
should
you
we
wanna
start
start with
Should
the
we start with
practices
Bradley
or with
because
the
he was in a
quality?
separate one? Or?
Well, I'm saying practices are quality.
We're going chronological.
I like that.
We can chronological.
All right, so we pulled up real early to get some practice in.
Going chronological.
That is how chronological works.
I mean, you go from the very
I don't know. I don't listen to half the things he says.
Dude.
I'm telling you, it's taking a lot of strength.
I want to get you to snap and just like, scream at me.
we're gonna have a recorded Caden crash out at a corner on this podcast.
He used to sleep in the same bed as me tonight.
Oh my, it is my turn. I forgot.
My turn, bro.
We've just been passing Connor around.
All right, let's stop getting freaky over here.
We pulled up early, did some races. Carts were either we were getting unlucky or like a vast majority of them were not.
I had a couple carts that were on rails.
I had
did
had
not.
one.
I had one that was good, and I had another that was just on rails.
Yeah, that sounds about so yeah, 2 out of my 4.
That's when I discovered Kart 32.
That is true.
This is what the
The
harm
evil.
starts. Yeah.
The evil ad card.
32 is my least favorite number now.
19's still mine just because it's always bad. no
19
matter
is
what.
always like bad.
Just
I
no
don't know.
matter what.
What's up with 19?
I don't know.
I feel like even just like
It's almost a
sports,
motor.
I feel like even in sports, if you're in 19, you're just bad.
You're just cooked, yeah.
You're cooked. Nothing good comes out
But
of
it's all,
number
19 always has an issue with the motor. Like no matter what, no matter where you are.
It's got no power.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah, I know.
and then I think that's the main antagonist of the story.
It's
So-
32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we go into quali. First one, pretty low
We all
key,
did
pretty
pretty
chill.
good. Yeah, we did good.
We were Connor and I were 10th and 11th. It was all right. And then
That was honestly.
I
probably
finished
the best
9th. I
Like,
honestly,
overall or in your group.
in my group,
Okay.
I could have done a lot better. It was mostly my fault. I was in cart 15, which was very, very quick.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, except I never really gave myself enough space. There never really was enough space. I tried to, and then I caught him in 3 corners.
They
Yeah.
had some packed groups for you guys.
I
I mean,
know.
one quality had 26
Yeah, no, you
people.
were in a 26-person quali.
Yeah, that was bad. But I mean, there wasn't a ton of space. Like I was always getting held up by someone. I said a 64-2. I feel like I definitely could have said a 63. Like.
Sorry, really quick. That's another thing. This layout cut off a significant portion of the track that would help with the traffic management.
Yeah.
Because I think if we had that extra little bit, that maybe that 26 may have been a little nicer to be around.
Yeah, I've never had to purposely give myself space on this track before.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
always just been like I find my slot and I can give myself enough space in front and behind. But you like had to think about it
Yeah.
just because you either are gonna catch someone or someone's gonna catch you.
Yeah, literally every corner. Like there was one time where someone went off and so it was a yellow flag, so we slowed down. I'm like, okay. I looked behind me and there was a big gap behind me, so I'm like, okay, yellow flag, this lap's already gone. I'm just gonna slow down, and I did. And then I started the lap, and immediately through RMC, I caught back up to him. It was it was really annoying because they were like lifting at the first curb on the right, and then they would still brake going into
On
RMC.
Debbie Downer?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Heavyweight-
look says everything.
To clarify, he's in heavyweight. Heavyweight feels like the Wild West.
Heavyweight is the Wild
it looks
West.
and it looks like the Wild West. Whenever
Yeah.
I watch
I'm whipping that up in second season though.
It's
I'm
like-
going heavyweight.
Are you?
Yeah, probably.
Heavyweight, it's like half just tall people that happen to weigh more than 165 that are quick,
Yeah.
and then the other half is like unk.
it. Oh, God.
It's there's like when I say unk, there's like 30,000 different people that I'm referring
There was
to.
a lot,
All
there
at
was
the
a lot
same
of
time.
unks
Dude,
today.
there were a lot of unks out there,
There were a lot.
There were so many.
and most
Like
of the,
you couldn't look around
I
and
know.
not see one.
At the very least, I think most of them were in the lower groups for the heavyweight class.
yeah, except the one
But-
that's kicking up dirt at me.
And also in his quali.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were all
qualities,
qualities too. Well, and then, dude, and then just some of the racing from heavy. I don't know what about it. The one guy that overtook like 3 people on the.
I still
didn't
think about
even
the
see that.
January start, bro. I
That
still think
was-
about
oh
January
my
start.
God. It's horrendous.
We talked about that one during the last podcast. Yeah, we did.
It lives rent free. It's the funniest start I've ever seen.
the jump.
Yeah.
The jump.
And he's holding up his hand as he's going.
Did the jump
Like
of all
before the green
jumps.
flag drops.
It's like the guy raised up the green flag, ready to drop it, and like he, as soon as it was raised, he just went.
I feel like I remember him just like holding up his hand too. Like it was something weird.
It was down. I don't even know. But first quali, I got held up. It was partially my fault, partially 26 people on track,
Yeah. No, that didn't help you at all.
which was kind of annoying because I had a good cart. I had a good cart and I could have gone fast. But and then second quali, it was I did roughly the same. I mean, nothing special.
Were
Yeah.
you within like 100th of yourself?
What was it?
What did you say your first one?
100?
It was at least within a 10th because I know you.
hundredths.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I said a 64.209 and then a 64.22 something.
Okay.
I think it was a 221. But it was close.
It was really close, yeah.
Yeah. So our first quali, Connor and I had pretty mediocre carts. I mean, it wasn't like they weren't bad. They hooked up
We both set PBs, didn't we?
on
I
the
know,
track
I-
that's brand new. Yeah.
Right. So technically, yes, I was right. We did set PBs.
Okay, sure, man. I couldn't get. I could. By the way, what? Okay, let me finish my thought. I couldn't get down the new chicane until the in lap, so I just couldn't get it down. Didn't get good enough time. I don't know what happened to you.
I was doing really good through the chicane.
Okay.
I was gaining on people like crazy through it.
I was catching so many people through that chicane.
You just have to brake really hard and turn in hard.
Yeah, I figured that out at the end of the in lap. But by the way, what was the decided name for that one? And can we say it?
I don't
It was like anal something.
I don't think it was.
Oh,
it was.
It was.
Devil's anus.
Devil's
That's what it
anus.
was, yeah. Because I couldn't remember. So we decided a name, and then I forgot
I
it.
thought we were named it Death Valley.
No.
Yes, that's what the original was, and I couldn't remember it.
And
So I
then-
just said,
You said the devil's anus or whatever.
yeah.
And we're like, that's it.
No, no.
We knew you'd like that one.
Bro.
So Devil Anus didn't get down till quali 2, where I then had. So this then moves on to continue the saga of 32.
It came back for vengeance.
Yes. The track warmed up. Like the track rubbered up.
But
Like
five
everyone dropped at least like about 5/10. I said 2.5 seconds slower. Like the cart was shaking the entire time. No power. Just awful. He was complaining. To be fair, he was complaining about it in practice, and I thought it was a skill issue. It is not a skill issue.
Well, and
finally
then-
says it.
Well, and for my first quali, I set provisional pole, and then we go into the second quali, and I'm a second off pace with how bad the cart was.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
then I got cart 27 trying to spin me on every turn. The moments where it would bottom out, like they were bad bottom outs.
To
Not like a
clarify,
regular cart.
it wasn't someone in 27 trying to spin him out. His
He was-
rear end was loose.
It was loose to the
And
point
he was
where it would
hitting
try to
loose.
spin you every time you turn the wheel. And then it had the same like rear axle vibrations that 32 had.
Yeah.
And then it would bottom out so hard during some turns that I could feel myself lose grip for a second and then it comes back.
Yeah, so him and I lose 4 places from that, so we start 13th, 14th. He gets back in 32, so he just is immediately getting last place no matter
Yeah.
what. I get 2, so I'm like, we are so back. As I'm driving out, I feel the rear axle shake, and I was like, oh my lord, dude. Please don't be what I think is about to happen. And it did in fact happen. It struggled with power, started losing. I made a few places on the start, was doing fine for a bit, and then it just started losing power, and it just couldn't. I made up 5 places and lost all 5. Like, I only gained a place because Connor ended 20th.
I think I outperformed 32 for a while. Like, I held off a lot of the drivers behind me to the point where I only dropped to dead last 3 corners of the race. Because that's right when all the straights are starting, and after that, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So, and then I did at the start gain positions. I was right behind him until
He did follow me
until
through.
the straights came up, and then
And
I
you
lost
just dropped
everything.
off. Yeah.
Talk about your race, Gio.
My race went pretty well. The start was I had an amazing start. Dude, on par with the Phoenix start from the last
Dude, that was-
race. My starts have been incredible. Apparently, whenever I start P3, the cart's going right off the line.
The cart's moving.
Yeah.
The cart's gonna get there.
So so as soon as the green flag drops, I immediately make it 3 wide into turn 1.
into Debbie Downer.
Into Debbie Downer. Yep. And then just from there, the guy on my left just like is able to send it through and just kind of pull away. And then I had to battle with the guy next to me for P2, the other guy next to me for P2. And then about like half a lap later, I'm able to take it. But by that point, P1's already freaking 10 kart lengths ahead of me, and his kart is a rocket on the straightaways. And even though I had amazing grip through the corners and was catching him so much in the corners, it was no match for the straightaways. So pretty much in the end, it was like the times balanced out. Like I was maybe a hair faster, but it was it was too much to contend with. It was too fast. That kart was too fast. Just you hit the straights and it was like it hit turbo mode. It was on pro speed on the straights for sure.
I really hope for nationals the carts are at least a little bit better.
I think they will be.
I asked Justin about that, and he turned to us and asked us to send him a list of all the carts that we found that were particularly bad today. We found a good few. So.
Yeah.
The bad carts loved us today.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, we found them all.
Yeah. Well, all the ones that don't like us.
This time maybe a good quarter.
Good quarter that don't like us.
Yeah.
Was it
That's right.
32, 27, 19,
24,
24, yeah.
27. You said 27.
I said 27.
Dude, I'm thinking of that one song. It's just the dude just snitching on everyone. Never mind.
What?
That's the one rap song where it's like
That's like
8372.
That's
You know, I know you know what I'm talking about.
This guy is tweaking out.
You just mashed Bradley's Jack in the Box tangent.
What did you just say?
I said he just mashed your Jack in the Box tangent.
Oh,
That is
where he was
not
referencing the
English.
Jack in the
God,
Box.
give me strength.
That is
Please.
not English.
No, he was talking about the bit earlier.
I get
where
what
you
he's
were
saying.
talking about the Jack in the Box commercial. And
Yeah.
no one knew what you were talking about.
That mashed your tangent on that.
Yeah. Anyways, Bradley, how did your race go?
You were the dumbass this time. You couldn't comprehend words.
Yeah, you see this one, Connor?
He's giving him the
Yeah,
middle
you see
finger.
this one?
No!
Oh, he's pulling his cock out. I was in heavy A. I was fourth from last.
W.
I started in the back. I was in kart 26, which was the same kart as Gio. We'll get to that later. But the race start was not good. I got brake checked as soon as they dropped the green flag. So I just got left in the dust. And then they're like 3 wide through RMC. And I don't know how they do it.
Dude, we love going 3 wide in RMC.
It's fun.
Yeah.
What can I say?
I mean, I did it too.
Me and Bradley had complete opposite race starts. He got brake checked. I got almost punted 3 times before we hit double orange.
Okay.
Dang.
Damn.
I thought it was
You can
interesting.
decide the pledge.
It was.
I'm not taking those in, but okay.
No, it is interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of that too is just where we started in the fields.
Yeah.
And just how aggressive you could be.
That and my
Yeah.
cart.
Yeah, also
I don't think
you
I
could
don't-
get on.
I don't
Yeah.
think people were expecting how slow my cart would be, and they just come into the back of me because they're not like, where's his speed at? What do you do?
Yeah, 100%. If I were behind you too, I would definitely I would not expect the closing rate to be that high. You know.
It was like
Yeah, what else happened?
5, maybe 10-mile-an-hour difference depending on how well I could take a turn down onto the straights. Like it was bad.
God, that's a good 6th of your speed.
Yeah, it was not
Yeah.
fun. It's not fun.
I mean,
Because you can feel it too, and you're like, well, I guess
It's over.
it's over.
Even
Like,
in the slip while tucking.
I'm being
Yeah,
so
it would-
serious. I caught up to him on the formation lap. Like, I was not pushing,
I was
and I
losing
just
people in the formation lap.
I could tell he was pushing.
No.
I could tell he was pushing. He was losing on them, and I was gaining on him. And I was warming my tires up real good.
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, the only interesting things in my race, at least for me, happened lap 1. Like, I mean, I overtook a couple people around the outside of double orange, as you do.
The classic.
The classic lap 1 maneuver.
Dude.
I don't know.
I
I
love
do
a
like
good
sending it
overtake
underneath
double.
though. I do love sending it underneath.
I mean, other than that, my race was pretty uneventful. I kind of just stayed in the back. I overtook a few people, but it was nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Like a few people, they just made mistakes and went off track, so I passed them. I mean, I didn't really do anything.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy, bro. I didn't set up any moves or anything.
Nothing crazy. I was just better,
Didn't make a mistake.
There's one guy. He's in like a black and bright green suit, and he was just
yeah.
He was well, it had a pattern on it. I don't know, but he just kept running wide after Dirty Dog and Double Orange. So I mean, I just got dust kicked up into me.
I just think it's funny. He always finds someone to beef with.
I'm not even beefing with him because he was fine. I mean, he bumped me once, but it wasn't bad.
Sounds like a beef.
Wasn't egregious.
I'm
forget
not
the track
beefing.
map.
I'm not putting the track map in this
You
time.
said you would while we were at circuit earlier.
Okay, I lied.
Me when I lie.
Me when I lie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
That's too much work.
Yeah, I mean, he was in kart 15, which is a good kart. Oh, I didn't talk about kart 26 and how heavenly it felt on the steering wheel.
I'm
dude.
so glad someone else got to feel how amazing that
my.
card is, and then it is one attribute shy from being a heavenly being, dude.
Yeah, that kart felt so good.
I did see you hooking up the end of Beijing beef,
Oh
and
my!
it just stuck, and I was like,
Dude. Well, the one thing that I can do is I like throwing my weight to the side to throw a grip on the tires. Just something I can do in the heavy weight.
his massive amount of weight.
Yeah, you weigh 15 less pounds than me. Chill
Hey,
out.
I'm a lightweight, so who's really winning? Not me.
Not me.
Yeah, so man, the S's felt so good. I mean, I take a little bit of a different line to you, especially now. Is I would tap the brakes on the entry to stay tight on the initial curb on the left,
Yeah.
and then I would be flat through that, and then also even a little bit past the second apex, I was still flat, and then I tap the brakes a little bit again just to load the front, and then it just did exactly what I wanted it
Yes,
to
on
do.
lap 2, Gio and I were standing near the pits watching you at the end of Beijing, and I saw you just gun it through there and just grip up, and I was like, oh yeah, he either has the worst card in existence or a very grippy card.
Yeah.
No, it was super grippy. I mean, straight line was lacking, but it wasn't unbearable. It was
No, I think it was a good cart with amazing grip,
yeah.
and it was 6 is just a good cart with amazing straight line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of the carts that I was going to be placed in because I was in the second row because I was at the back it went 6, 26, and then 15, which are all crazy,
All three are all
All
crazy.
really
crazy good
carts,
carts. I feel I could have made up more positions if I had 15, but I was happy with 26 because it was so grippy. I felt like I was able to carry what? Why are you cringing? You
No,
thinking of
I'm
the
trying- I'm
Jekyll
trying to-
song?
No, I was thinking. You just said grippy.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's why I didn't say anything. I was stupid.
He's thinking of the
I was only
Jekyll
5 years
song.
old.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
It was awesome to drive. I felt like I could just carry a lot of speed through every corner.
That cart was very driver friendly.
Oh, yeah.
What you wanted the cart to do, it just
It
went.
did. The S's the chicane felt so good. You could brake late. Why are you laughing?
You're just saying it so.
I am, bro. I love that.
Sensually.
I love that car.
I'm telling. That's why it's making me laugh.
You're taking it weird.
Bro's
That's
gonna be
what-
the dude on My Strange Addiction making out with his car.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's Kaden, dude.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're the
he-
one thinking
The
about it.
one
that
that's
way.
saying it sensually.
You're thinking about it in that
No,
way.
you're just saying it sensually. I'm not. I'm just saying. If you listen to it back,
He's just passionately speaking, and you're interpreting it as very sensual.
he did say quote I love this card right after that.
That is not an absurd thing to say. That's not an absurd thing to say.
I'm just saying.
That's not out there.
You said
The
that
car
before,
felt
too.
good to
Yeah,
drive.
I wasn't
There we
also
go.
speaking
I can't
sensually.
say anything.
Yeah.
The
I
chicane
really
felt
like the
really good
cart.
to drive through. You could brake late and then you just hug left. Stop cringing, bro.
Can I not smile?
No.
Smile. First of all, that's a smile, not
That is not a
That was
smile.
like
That is a cringe. That's a cringe.
You gotta be
That's a smile.
stone faced the rest of the time. That's us.
Dude, every time he tries to lock in, his lip quivers.
No matter what, I don't know why.
Every single time.
I did not expect the lip quiver, dude. That was so funny.
But-
he was about to cry.
It does. It always
We
looks
told him
like
to lock in and he starts crying.
Every time I tell this guy to lock in, he just looks like he's about to cry. And then he hits his YY eyebrow.
Why would eyebrow tears are streaming from his eyeball?
No.
Anyway, yeah, 26 was such a good card. It felt like you could just flick it in and it did it.
Yes.
It
dude.
just
Oh
turned.
my god. I love that
You're
card.
not gonna say anything about that one?
No comment.
All right, Bucko. But other than that, I mean, nothing really happened.
Yeah, that's true. It was a pretty tame night.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling Gio about this like when we got back. This is like one of the closest nights I've ever been to crashing out after a race. Cause like having 2 sessions ruined by a cart, like a quali and race being ruined by a cart that you just don't have control over is so unbelievably frustrating. Just because like you can't tell if you're slower, where you're slower, why you're slower. It just feels like a waste of time. Like you just can't improve. You can't win. It just sucks. It's the closest I've ever been to clash. Like even after wets, it was like I was a little mad after wets because like he nearly died. But
Yeah.
It's even worse too, considering that they're a week away from nationals, and the cards are like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the concerning part.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get better.
Like this is they're at a point where they should have a good amount of like most of the cards pretty, if not perfect, relatively close.
They're
to
never
each
gonna be perfect.
to be fair, this does happen quite a bit. At like Phoenix, the week before league, we go in and it's like, oh, all the cards are cooked, and then we go in and like
we get the
they're like
miracle
pretty
cards.
mediocre, and like they're like not awful, and then there's a few good ones. So I wouldn't be surprised if they lock the mechanics in there and like whip some shit up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like
24-hour ships is crazy.
it sounds like they're just gonna be like just overhauling carts constantly. That's what they're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Is just continuously overhaul carts for the next week, while also finishing the clubhouse.
Well, but like that's just furniture. Like
yeah.
I could get in there and finish the furniture.
Do it. Go
Get
right
me,
now.
pay me.
I'm not paying you.
Okay.
Why would I pay you?
I'm just saying.
You said you could do it right
No,
now.
this is a general, not you specifically, like an entity,
Me when I lie.
Me when
An
I lie.
entity?
a figure.
Talking about K1 as a whole.
An all-knowing being
Alright.
who is now going to put furniture into the
Bro,
camera.
once
And
Wow.
also pay me for it.
That
And
would
also-
be Kart 26 if it had a better
Dude,
engine.
that's right. Yeah, dude. Kart 26.
We were so
Dude,
close.
if Kart 26 had good straight line, it would be doing everything. It would be putting in the furniture. It would be finishing the clubhouse. It would be winning races.
I mean, honestly, the only interesting thing that happened to me was like in my second quali, which I forgot to say, is when I don't know. There must have been something wrong with that cart's brakes, but it was like only that one point. It was only double orange.
You're also saying multiple people did it. Like
You
it sounded like someone like got a mystery box and dropped some oil.
I saw someone that was off the track. Well, first of all, let me say it felt slick. I don't know why. It just didn't feel the same. It felt like there was just oil or water. And then like I hit the brakes and then I could instantly feel the rear step out and then I got swung around.
Was it like that the entire session?
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say maybe. I guess that wouldn't make. I was gonna
Thinking
say
dirt.
like somebody could have kicked up dirt, but that
No.
would have cleared up after a lap or two.
No, I
Not the
mean,
whole session.
because I
Not
did
the
it
whole
a
session.
few times. And
Unless
then-
somebody was kicking up dirt the whole time.
Just trolling.
He was saying like coming out of Dirty Dog, like people were kicking up dirt the whole
Yeah,
time.
but that
Yeah, but
didn't
that
even
wasn't
affect-
in
that
the
didn't
double
affect-
orange.
Maybe it came from Jaden jumping the chicane because he said like rock.
This is that double orange.
Oh,
He's-
double orange.
This is breaking into double orange.
Also,
I
that,
was
this is
thinking
heavy.
the wrong part,
This is heavy.
heavy.
Yeah. No, I saw a couple people did it. I mean,
That's so funny that he's already just assuming it is Jade. No confirmation.
Well, I thought you guys were talking about in Dirty Dog.
No, I just thought it
I
was
zoned
funny.
out for a minute and then heard a hairpin or something and like this
Yeah.
seems like Dirty Dog.
We have no idea if that was him that jumped the curb. That's what I was saying.
we're waiting for confirmation.
Yeah, we're waiting for that. He should be posting.
He did
any
tell
minute.
us he was watching these videos.
He should be commenting any second now. So we'll just wait
He should
on
have already done it, by the way.
it. Yeah, he should have.
I mean, it was really weird because I went in there and I locked up and I spun around, and then but nothing really happened. I got back on track, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I come around next lap,
I have experience with that. Don't worry.
and I broke earlier and softer because that's what you're supposed to do after
Yep.
you lock up, right? And the similar thing happened. Like I hit the brakes and then just my rears felt like they were off the ground, kind of like they were just, or like those wheels, office wheels that are like 360 that just spin.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it felt like, and I saved it and I didn't go off track. And I kept going. But then
My
I
God.
don't know. I just never had confidence breaking into that corner for the rest of that quali. But then it was fine during the race, so I really don't know what that was.
Yeah. That is really weird.
I mean, it's something so. It could have been something similar to like why I spun when I was in practice, but I don't know. It might just be like one specific spot.
It kind of felt like, this is gonna sound really nerdy, but the brake bias was way too far back.
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking when you said that. But like, they don't really have. I don't think they have bias.
well,
Could it just be that there's some air bubbles in the brake lines for the front, so pretty much all the brakes go straight to the back?
What car?
No,
were you
they
in?
have two different cylinders.
What car were you in? Yeah, so the front,
I don't remember.
the front circuit.
Yeah, the front
Yeah.
circuit could have air in the lines. They could need a brake lead.
Let me see what card I had.
I don't know.
really
Don't care.
remember.
The
Wasn't me. Not my problem.
Not
He's
my
ready to
problem.
move on to something else.
Kate wants to talk about himself.
absolutely. I was gonna talk about my start.
All right,
I was
and
gonna
then
say I
also-
did something kind of goofy during the race too.
Yeah, no. On the green flag, people. I don't know. The green flag, people. They made it very clear that you start on the green flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
People did not believe that. So
Yeah, people-
when the green flag dropped, I immediately gained like 3 positions because I got in between the middle 2 of the row in front, and they just weren't fight. They didn't fight for it. Into Debbie Downer, the guy on my left fell back. Guy on my right was on a weird line, so I was able to just cut underneath him and take the position. So gained those there. Slowly found my way up 5, lost 5, W.
At one point, that was closer towards the end of the race, probably in like the last lap or two. No, yeah, it was like I think second to last lap because it was before the guy all the way in last place had finally passed me. But the guy in front of me, I tried to send like a nasty dive bomb from like maybe 5 kart lengths back or into double orange, and I almost had the move done, but last second I locked up and almost took us both out.
Oh jeez.
Like I slid, like the cart slid and
We're
started
almost
going.
pulling Caden.
Yeah, the cart
Whoa,
slid
whoa,
and started
whoa, whoa,
going
whoa,
into
whoa,
the
whoa.
position where I knew the guy was trying to position himself to defend it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm about to take us both out of this race. But he managed to avoid me. Like, I think he must have slammed his brakes or something because all of a sudden I see him on my other side.
Bro, almost pulled Caden.
We cannot be calling that a kid. That's
That would've been
some
me-
extenuating circumstances.
That would have been me T-boning the dude.
Oh.
This guy does not have any memory of what happened. He's convinced I went straight on, T-boned him into the side, not breaking.
To be fair, I'm not watching that footage every day. Like
I
last
do.
time I watched it was a month ago.
Yeah.
So
I did it with you. We did it together.
you were the one that actually saw the whole thing happening. I didn't know that anything was happening until I was already getting hit.
I'm just saying, I didn't know I was sideways until the video. So
Yeah, bro,
How?
was
And then you're giving
I
me
did
crap.
not
for
know you're
knowing you were
sideways until the video.
his eye his so I don't know if you knew this. We can like turn our heads. So
That's fair. but-
so his head was just locked on. And so
praying I
him-
didn't hit Connor.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about last?
Yeah.
Smart.
Last
When
league?
I
Oh yeah.
when I locked up the tires because it was wet and I just missed.
Real.
Not real.
Nope,
You nearly
very
took us
real.
both out of the race.
No, it definitely was real. I definitely saw it with my own
No,
eyes.
it wasn't real of him.
You sure you saw it though?
I don't know.
Visibility was pretty low.
According to Connor, I was going a million miles an hour, hit him straight on, and he died. So
I mean, most of that is pretty accurate, besides the million-mile-an-hour exaggeration.
I did not hit him straight on.
You were
Whatever.
close to
Doesn't
doing
matter.
it. You
We're
were
moving
close
on.
to doing it.
Bro.
You were going
That's crazy.
fast. You hit me
He's still talking.
almost
He's
straight
still
on,
talking. Sorry.
and then I did.
Sorry,
and
I
then
broke the
did
pledge.
die
I
later
broke
on.
the pledge. My fault. My
Bro's
apologies.
breaking it every minute he can get.
I'm
every
trying to
second he
push him
gets.
towards it.
He's
the
rage
crash
baiting.
show will happen.
Bro is trying to rage bait.
D1 instigator.
I want to see how long this will last.
Oh my god, dude, not.
I'm just gonna hear him whispering in his sleep tonight. Just fuck you.
Dude, that's weird. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of weird.
That's weird.
That's
Let's
weird.
Chill out.
Weird.
Need time machine.
Don't impersonate Rachel Zegler.
That's not what I was doing.
What's happening?
I'm just saying,
What are you saying?
That was a
Not seen
Suits
that
reference, dude.
That's a Suits reference.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
These guys watch Suits?
Who?
Him.
Connor. Probably.
That is one of the last people I've ever seen would have ever thought watch Suits.
I did watch Suits.
You did watch Suits?
Yeah.
I did.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
watched a
I
good
don't-
amount of it. I got bored of it after a certain point because it was just the same thing over and over again. But
I'm just saying I never would have
Mike,
thought he
do
would have
this
started.
impossible thing, and then he does it. Let's see.
and then get in trouble for it because he's not a real lawyer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's funny. Dude.
Did you never see that interview though? The lady, the Snow White movie, she's talking about like the way she's like affecting the movie, and she talks about how she never liked the trope of like finding the true love in Snow
Well,
White.
I have seen it. That's just
How
not
the
what I'm
hell
going
did
for.
we get to
I was just
Snow
saying,
White?
He went weird, and it sounded almost exactly like the Rachel Zegler trope. that
I was
everybody
just saying
making fun
weird
of her for.
twice. I don't know.
What's happening?
That Connor explained something, and it made less sense.
I can show you the interview later, but
I'm good.
I would
the
rather
interview.
keep it like this.
Yeah.
I'd
You
rather keep it
sound,
like
I'm
this.
just saying you sounded like that.
I know. I'm
thought
just
you
saying
were,
that's
I thought
not
you were
what I was going
impersonating
for.
her.
I don't know what else to say. Like,
Yeah.
that
Now
was-
you're the only one who needs to go on a random
I don't know.
tangent for no reason.
He keeps sun locking me. I don't know what to do. Like he just,
I'm getting
He's just
staggered.
going on about
Yeah.
it, dude.
it just
It's
keeps.
all part of my plan.
Yeah, my random tangent. Everybody look out for next week for the national race and hopefully
That's
world
all right.
championship race.
Is this going to be a double podcast upload?
Dude.
That is a
Yeah.
good question. What are you gonna do?
We're filming a Cooldown Room. 100%.
You are going to kill Connor. If you have to talk to Connor for an hour.
I mean, if you guys would come to the race, or we could just wait until later on,
Possible.
and then we could just wait to talk about anything that happened until we see you guys. We could do it like literally the next day after we get back.
Marshmallow.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I said something smart.
Alright.
Dude, first time in forever.
I didn't say it.
First
I didn't say it. I don't have to apologize.
I didn't say it. That was a Giovanni Perez-D'Amico quote.
Gio gets a
Whoa,
pass because I
whoa.
like Gio. I don't like
Does that mean I get to break the pledge?
Nope.
you.
Can't break the pledge.
He said he doesn't like me.
Remember,
Okay.
I'm trying to get you to break the pledge.
But he doesn't like me.
You can't break the pledge. You made the pledge. You can't break the pledge.
Well, I made it.
We're
Then I
gonna
can't
hold you
break it.
accountable for this.
Nope.
That's literally how it works.
No, it's not.
We were witnesses. We've seen you made the pledge.
He's still
we're
talking.
holding you accountable.
The pledge.
That wasn't part of it.
That was
I
part of the pledge.
He was mind flooding me. I was trying to think. That's not part of the pledge.
Okay. All right. I think you're just being mean about it.
No.
Being mean about it. I think you're breaking the pledge right now. Do not hit the double YY on me.
Oh, Insert a clip of him hitting the double YY.
Oh, dude.
Have that be in the thumbnail for this video.
No,
No.
no.
Put his YY eyebrow over your helmet on the thumbnail.
Oh my gosh, dude. I just added eyebrows on it. Jesus. That would be really funny though, now that I think about it. But it's not happening.
Too much work.
Too much work. Too much work. Have to get Photoshop. Can't do that. Don't really care.
Don't we do it for free? Because students?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I for some reason it's buggy for me, so I literally just can't access it.
Indubitably.
Unless you want to do it for me.
No.
You can edit it for me. You can
Still no.
You can edit it.
No.
It's not too bad. You can edit it.
Caden when someone asks him to do something.
Caden
No.
when he has to catch something.
No, he just
No.
pawns it off to me.
I know.
No, I do it, and then you get mad about it, so I just have given up.
Yeah, bro, because he makes some back alley bullshit.
No, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I just don't like how you do things.
Dude, Katie gets his cat criticized every time.
Yeah. Oh,
Every
I know.
time.
I don't even make something and they start criticizing it. Like, I don't touch it.
You gotta start using fusion.
Nope.
I don't understand why you don't like fusion.
I don't know. I still do like Fusion, but I kind of just I've been using SolidWorks so much that I just like it.
Oh, that's fair. Yes.
And I
You just
kind of
gotta
like
use
that
it.
it's like more bare bones a bit.
Oh. What
I was
is
about
not
to say some
fancy?
nerdy. I was about to say some nerdy shit.
What were you about to say?
It's like the difference between C and like Python.
That is really nerdy.
Oh, I know.
That is extremely nerdy.
That was nerdy that I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Data scientist.
Dude, what do you think about McLaren joining WEC?
Do not get me started on that engine.
Dude.
That is not what the engine sounds like.
Okay.
I don't know. I was listening to it
Make
for
the
some
noise
10
right now.
minutes before this podcast.
It was oh my god.
He was.
I cannot wait for that thing to hit the track.
That would be sick.
Oh.
Now, do you think it's actually going to be competitive, or it's
No.
going to fight the Valkyrie?
It's gonna be fighting the Valkyrie
Dude,
and the Genesis
I want
and the
to
Ford, all at the back.
Dude, I want to believe that McLaren would just jump in, just like the F1 dominance, where they just jump in, they're like, yeah, we won, and then they just leave again, like. But I know that's not happening.
It's not gonna happen.
I know it's.
It
not
would be
happening.
funny though.
Unless they put me in the car.
Get me in the car right now.
They put all four of us in the car.
Let us run Le Mans in the McLaren.
Why are you hitting the eyebrows now? What are you thinking?
Nobody
He's
knows
thinking
what
some
this guy's
dastardly
thinking.
stuff right now.
The inner machinations of his mind.
The inner machination.
Honestly, it'd be great if they extended hypercar regulations to like 2031. Because right now it's 2029.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's still pretty long. Well,
It is.
it's 2025 right now, I guess.
Well, actually, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But honestly, sports car racing is just, and endurance racing is so peak right now.
Low key peak.
It's incredible.
It's really fun. I
So
like it.
Porsche's dominating at IMSA, and BMW is shitting the bed with strategy, which
I
is
hate
annoying.
that. This guy loves BMW, and
I'm
I'm
a
so
big-
glad they're doing bad.
I'm a big BMW hypercar fan.
They're like
You're just a
Ferrari
Beamer
of
boy.
hypercars.
He just likes
Can't get
he just likes
strategy.
K-Mag.
I do like him.
Here we go.
As well
No,
as
it's just
Dries
Beamer.
Van Thorn.
I promise you, I've sat there watching a 12-hour race. He glazes every Beamer he sees.
Okay. That's
Including,
me with Corvette.
yeah, that's fine though. It's not Beamer. The difference is that it's a Beamer.
You're just hating.
Dirt Rick Bradley.
You're just hating.
Yeah,
Kane's
on the
a
Beamer.
certified hater. for
On the
no
Beamer,
reason.
about absolutely.
That was something we knew. That's why he had to make the pledge to not
Dude,
hate on
I've been trying so hard.
Why are we
failed.
back to this? I didn't even say anything.
I don't know.
Because you guys brought up the pledge, and I was just commenting. And
You guys, Gio brought up the pledge.
I don't know. It
Don't
happened
rope
over
me
there
into his
somewhere.
shenanigans.
I think Gio's joining in. He's trying to get you to break it now.
No, he did not join. He said you.
No,
were
I mean
mean.
he's joining in with me trying to get you.
Oh,
to
you're
break it.
Bulger's trying to rage baby now,
Dude, wait till Bradley jumps in.
dude.
Right after
Bradley-
I hit end recording on the
I-
podcast.
He's legendary. He's like D1 at rage baiting me.
Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny. This guy just gets, he falls for it every single time.
It's only when he does it though. Like most people, it's fine.
You can sense the rage bait coming.
Yeah, his is just so natural.
Alright, give
It
me an
just-
example.
I genuinely thought the other day, what was it that you made a comment about? Like I was bad at it.
Probably a lot of things.
Yeah, but it was like, dude, what? I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I gotta do is criticize you and then say "little bro" and you fall for it.
No, little bro,
easily.
like that's not even the big. It's just like
No, it's the cherry on top.
It is a
the
cherry.
cherry on
It's the
top.
cherry on top, and you just fall for the rage bait.
Dude, oh my gosh.
it's so funny to me. It's only you though.
Oh yeah. I'm like a professional max contract, Caden rage baiter.
Salary maxed out.
Dude.
That's what max contract means.
Alright. Well, we might end the episode here.
How long has it
I
been?
think we've been going for like an hour and 3.
About the same as the last one.
How about yeah. We'll end it here. Hopefully you guys all enjoy. We'll be coming back in a week's time, pretty much. Hopefully with some great news.
Mayhaps.
So,
Methinks.
Alright.
Alright, we'll see you. We'll see you all next time. Thank you guys again for watching, and adios.
Caden slow.
Bye.
Peace out, fellas.